find out what the outlook is when it comes to Vascon Engineers. Let's understand their capex plans, some of the new order wins and margin outlook as well from R. Vasudevan Moorthy, who's the Chairman Emeritus at Vascon Engineers. Good to have you on board, and in light of the fact that the company has won quite a few large orders in the past many days, can you give us a sense as to what is the breakup on your order execution and your margin profile?
Good morning. We have got about, compared to last year, we have increased our order book by about 60%, from 2,500 crores to about 4,000 crores. The order book predominantly is spread in government orders, predominantly in the hospital sector. We have a lot of hospitals to build, more than 5 hospitals. Then we have private jobs as well. So the order books is quite strong. And we do have the execution capabilities of doing more than 1,000 crores, which we have demonstrated before itself. And we intend ramping up this. In the next year, we should do more than 20-25% of what we did this year.
Okay. Where is the visibility essentially coming from? Could you be more specific about it?
About which ones?
The orders. I mean, where are you getting this kind of confidence that order book is strong and will remain strong?
See, order books are predominantly from the northern side states. We have from Chhattisgarh, from UP, from Jharkhand, all these locations, as well as we have some in south as well. So it's spread across the country, I would say, both west, south, and north. The present order book strength is from the north.
Okay. Now, how much of the order book which you have currently is dependent on pure state? And given that there are elections which are there in, let's say, state of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, could that have an impact on your receivables as well as order flows?
See, these are infrastructure projects where the governments have funded them. So the funding part, we have already checked with them that these have been already taken care of. Yes, during the peak of elections, there would be some, slowdown where could happen, which we are not sure of at this point of time. But normally, that's why our order book is usually, I'd say, 3 times the orders which we carry out in a year. So it takes care of that excess order book, takes care of the float which we do. So suppose we have 4,000 crores of order book, then we in the year we would be doing about 1,200 to 1,400 crore only. So that that additional float takes care of that variance, if at all in any of these states it happens.
So you don't expect that the state election will have an impact on any of your existing order book, because that sometimes has become a risk factor for many of the capital good companies.
See, it can always happen in business. I'm not ruling out that possibility. But these are, as I said, infrastructure projects, deep-based projects. Hospitals are focused as an expansion. This is an election agenda as well. So we don't anticipate problems in this particular sector.
Okay, fair enough. Give us a sense as to what the outlook is on the non-core business as well, because the GMP Technical Solutions business, you were looking to divest it. What is the status of the plan? What kind of evaluation are you currently looking at?
See, GMP this year would be doing, last year they did about 150 crores. We have an 85%, it's 85% holding in the company. It's primarily doing clean rooms for both pharma and semiconductor industries. The growth is very good. This year we are targeting to touch 300 crores from GMP alone. So the growth rate in this is very good. And since it's a specialized business, margins are also improving. As far as the exit from this is concerned, we're looking at purely on base of opportunity. If we get a good valuation, and if it is a strategic partner or if it is a takeover, we are open to looking at it. We are not, because it's not a core business for us, but it's not something like we would exit at any price. So at a good valuation, we would definitely look at an exit.
Right. Mr. Moorthy, you also have a huge land parcel of 90 acres in Thane in partnership, as I understand. What do you plan to do with it? Do you plan to develop it?
So at this point of time, this land is huge land. We have, it is fragmented land. We are making efforts to get all the clearances required in terms of legal clearances required. In between, we had kept it on hold because of our liquidity situation. Since we are in a better position today, we have revived it. There are also a lot of activities happening around the land. There are a lot of warehouses coming with a lot of potential of residential coming there. So now is the time for us to consolidate this holding, and that's what we are doing. So we are making the land, trying to make it contiguous and making efforts to fill up the gaps wherever possible. And these are the efforts which we are looking at present.
So the promoter holding has come down from 32%, and in the company, and 28% of that is pledged. That's a very high proportion of promoter holding which is pledged. Why is that?
The holding has not come down from beginning. It has only been keeping growing. If you see, the pledge of 28% is 28% of 32%. It was required for the company when the company was not as good as what it was today, to be pledged by the banks as an additional collateral, which we had done. Now we're in talks with the banks to release it. It's not my personal pledge. It's a pledge for the company.
Percent of 32%. This is not 28% of total 32%, right? So this is 28% of 32%.
Yeah, correct.
So approximately 1/4 of the promoter holding is pledged, in which you think that you will be able to unpledge it by the year end.
Yeah. As I said, this pledge is done for the company's sake, and it is not that individual that I have pledged the shares for my benefit. And it was a collateral requirement at that point of time, since our situation was little tight at that point of time, and we banks had negotiated with us to pledge those additional as collateral, though we did have collateral with them, and prices were low at that point of time. Now things have improved, our ratings have improved, everything has improved, our share prices have improved. So in our reassessment now, which is going on for higher limits, this is one of the conditions which we are negotiating with the bank.
Right. Okay, Mr. Moorthy, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining.
Thank you.